Peace and love. I am me coming with some informational insight of some things, right? So I'm gonna show y'all basically some new something different because, okay, these are the origin names of the states, right? Each state, you gotta think about it. Each state that you are in, that we live in, basically all have a meaning, right? And what they taught us in school was not real stuff. We wasn't really learning nothing about the real truth. So I'm going to share some insight about each 50 state. So the states that you are in, you can finally know what the meaning of these states are, right? All right, let's start here. Let's start with Alabama. These are the origin of state names. So Alabama is from the Alabama or Alabamian people, right? Through the river was first named first. Alabama comes across Choctaw for vegetation pickers, right? And it represents local farm practices, right? Alaska, a corruption of the Aleut word for mainland. Alaska, which means sea breaks against. Okay, that's what Alaska. Arizona, right? Likely from an Oldham Oldham phrase meaning little spring, and it refers up to a particular mining area. Little spring, little spring, and that's something. Then we have Arkansas. I noticed some people be saying Arkansas. You really think about that, it has that Kansas in it, but but they say Arkansas. Likely from French version of Illinois, name for the local Quapaw people. California, from an adventure book, Los Sigras de Esplandan by Garcia Ortiz de Monumento, whatever. Don't worry about it. My me reading this stuff. I'm just showing y'all. In 1500, that's from California. Colorado is from the Spanish for rudy or red lit color and represents the color of the Colorado River. Connecticut is from Ang- Anglanquan word, and I Queen it's like, I guess it's like Queen something like that. I can't even give it to you. Meaning beside the long tidal river. Delaware, from Delaware River and Bay, named in turn Sir Thomas West. Florida, from the Spanish Panasa, Florida, meaning Feast of Flowers, Easter. Right, that's Florida. Georgia, in honor of George II, England. You know, a lot of these places have last names of supremacy. Hawaii, uncertain. The islands may have been named after Hawaiian Lua, from a traditional discoverer, or they may have been named after Hawaii or Hawaiika, the traditional home of the Palestinians. Idaho, an invented name whose meaning is unknown. The man who named it claimed it was from a Shoshone word, but later said it was made up. Illinois, French version of in Algonquin word referring either to men in general or a particular group known as the Illinois. Wow. Indiana, meaning land of Indians, using the traditional Latin suffix. Think about that. Indiana. You know, Christopher Columbus, he discovered America, which he was looking for India. Got lost. But anyway, Iowa from the Iowa River, which was named after the Iowa or Benexo, something like that. Kansas from a local word used by Dakota, Omaha, Ka, and others, meaning people of the South Wind. Kentucky from a Iroquois word Kintatin, meaning land of tomorrow. Louisiana in honor of Louis the 1014th, I think, or 24, one of France. Maine, first used to distinguish the mainland from the offshore islands. It has been considered a compliment. Harriet Marian, Queen of Charles of England. Charles the First of England. She was said to have owned the province of Maine in France. Maryland, in honor of Harriet Maria, Queen of Charles the First of England. So Maine and Maryland, basically the same woman. Massachusetts, from the Massachusettsian people whose Enderman means people of the great hills. Michigan, from the Ojibwe word Miss Hagama, meaning great or large lake. Minnesota, from Dakota word meaning sky tinted water. Mississippi, from the French rendering of the Ashinabanam. I can't even go that with that, for the river Miss Zebia, meaning great river. Missouri, named after the local Missouri people. Missouri means town of the large canoes. Montana, from the Spanish Montana, meaning mountain. Nebraska, from the OTO word meaning flat water. Flat water, okay. Nevada, Spanish for snowy or snow-capped, in reference to peaks of the Sierra Nevada. We're going to go to New Hampshire, from the English city of Hampshire, England. That's what they're talking about. A lot of these, places that is England is the New Jersey, from the Channel Isles of Jersey. That's from New England, like England. That's England. New Mexico, from Mexico itself, named for the Mexica people. Their endowment is believed to reference Mescatile, a new identity. So that's basically identity, like something that they worship. Identity is something you worship or call upon. New York, in honor of the Duke of York. North Carolina, in honor of Charles I of England. See, Charles I, England. North Dakota, from the Dakota people. So when you think about Dakota, they've been seeing that word in a lot of other states. Ohio, from a Seneca word meaning great river. Oklahoma, from the Contao words for red people, reportedly named for the Choctaw leader following the Trail of Tears. Oregon, unknown, however, is generally accepted that the name, first used by Jonathan Carver in 1778, was taken from the writings of the Majah Robert Rogers, an English Army officer. Pennsylvania, in honor of Adam Sir William Penn, father of William Penn. It means Penn's woodland. Damn. Rhode Island, from the Greek island of Rhodes. The Greek islands of Rhodes. South Carolina, in honor of Charles I of England. Charles I of England, another of that. South Dakota from the Dakota people. So they're the Dakota people. They really have found a lot of the places. You think about that. Discovered, you know, man, they was already here first, the Dakota people. Hmm. Tennessee, the origin of the name is unknown, though it possibly comes from a Cherokee rendering of a Yakchi word. Texas, from a Caddo word meaning allies, used by Spanish to describe a cattle, and region in the region they lived in. Utah, from the Ute people, meaning people of the mountains. There's a lot of people in mountains, no. Vermont, from the French Vermont, meaning green mountain. But when you think about these, it's people. These was already people, different type of people in these places. Really think about that. Virginia, in honor of Elizabeth, Virgin Queen of England, right? The Virgin Queen, Virginia. Washington, in honor of George Washington. You see, pretty simple. West Virginia, in honor of Elizabeth, Virgin Queen of England, right? Wisconsin, French corruption of possible, a Miami word meaning it lies red, in a reference of the bed of the Wisconsin River. Miami word, Wisconsin. Wyoming, competing interruptions place it as from a Delaware word, a Musi word, or an Algonquin word. The most popular holds that it is from a Delaware word for mountains and valleys, alternating the same as the Wyoming Valley in Pennsylvania. Okay, so these are the origins of all 50 states. You know, most of them have the same, are from England. Most of them are named after people that was already here. You see, from like a lot of Dakota people. And then most of these states are after like Great Lakes and Great Mountains, you know, and some of them are just don't even know they made up. But yeah, that's the origin of the 50 states of these states. So I'll be back with some more different